Perfect conditions for nut harvest, but first, a man arrested in a high-speed chase escapes from the hospital. I'm Laura Vandermeer, and here's your ADTV Webcast for Friday, September 21st, 2012. Well, after he allegedly led police on a 95-mile-per-hour chase Thursday night through Marysville that ended when he crashed a pickup into a fence in Yuba City, officers said an ex-convict asked to see a doctor because he'd swallowed a bunch of narcotics during the pursuit. 31-year-old Noel Webb Jr. was not hurt in the crash, but was taken to Rideout Regional Medical Center, possibly to have his stomach pumped after swallowing what's believed to be methamphetamine. Officers were looking for the parolee last night at his Marysville apartment when he pulled up in his truck, then fled when he noticed police. He eventually lost control of the truck and crashed along Queens Avenue at Knights Row. A passenger in Webb's truck was detained briefly by police, but was not arrested. And we got an update that Webb escaped the hospital this afternoon, but was found just minutes later about 3 blocks away. Police said he was wearing a hospital gown at the time and trying to hide in a backyard. He faces charges of evading police with wanton disregard for public safety, resisting a peace officer, driving on a suspended license, and hit and run. He is not facing additional charges at this time because of the hospital escape, because he was not in custody at the time. Well, the local almond harvest is shaking its way down for the season with a smaller crop than last year for some farmers, but hopes for higher prices. Weather for harvest so far has been spectacular. Unlike the early rains of the past 2 years, the UC Cooperative Extension of Yuba Sutter says it's difficult to tell how the year panned out until all the nuts are in, but it's looking like a decent crop. Last year, the state had a limb-busting record harvest at more than 2 billion pounds. In Sutter County, the nut was the 7th highest valued crop at $12.5 million, and it was the 10th crop in Yuba County at $2.1 million. In our webcast yesterday, AD varsity sports writer Jimmy Graben talked to the coach of the Sutter Huskies about preparing for tonight's showdown against the Wheatland Pirates. Let's take it out to Wheatland now to hear from Coach Neil Stinson.
Now you come into this game 3-0. Sutter, the team you're playing this week, is also 3-0. Big matchup on Friday night. What do you expect to see from the Huskies?
Oh, they got an outstanding running game as always. I think it all starts around their fullback, Ehlers, which is typical of their offense. Been very impressed with the Sanders kid running the ball. He's doing a great job. And I think the difference, though, this year for them is that their quarterback has been extremely accurate. I think if he's had one thing in the past, he's been a good runner, but he struggled a little bit with accuracy. And he, from everything we've seen, has really kind of got that addressed and doing a great job of putting the ball on location and on time. So, we've got to be in position to make plays. We can't certainly leave guys wide open because he'll pick us apart if needed be. And then, the thing with Sutter, too, is they're always going to bring us a good defense. I mean, they play very solid defense. They've got 11 guys rallying to the ball. They're difficult to get, big, huge plays on. So they make you earn it. And that's, what we're going to have to go after is that hard hat mentality where we're just going to have to earn it every down because
The AD varsity sports staff will be tweeting out regional football scores tonight from the games. Be sure to follow them on Twitter at ADBDemain, ADJ Graben, and ADA Arenquin. And let's take a look now at events going on this weekend. Yuba College presents the Evening Guitar Concert Series at 7:30 tonight. The featured performer is Gabe Becker. Suggested donation is $5 and parking is free. Play and party like a pirate along the Sacramento River Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at Rio Ramaza with games, contests, cannon battles, and more. Admission is $5 for adults and kids are free. A pirate party gras for adults commences later in the evening. And Harvest the Arts is going on Saturday from 5 to 8 at Gallery 34 in Marysville, featuring local art, food, beer, and wine. Tickets are $30 to $40. 5 artists from the Yuba Sutter area will have their work included in the 2012 KVIE art auction. One of the featured artists is Carol Kiesling, the owner of Studio C in Yuba City.
My work consists of a lot of media. I use watercolor and oils, I use crayons, I use acrylics and collage at times. Just depends on what my work demands. I do very realistic work as well as pieces from my memory or my imagination. And the piece that I've submitted for KVIE is a piece I call Nova. And it's similar to the piece I have in my hand. It's of the celestial sky that we see all the time, and all the numerous films and articles that are written about the photographs that are taken by Hubble and by other photographers and by telescopes and so forth. And so a lot of those images kind of stick in my mind, or they kind of become together, and somehow out of there comes a painting.
And you can watch the art auction starting September 28th on Channel 6. That's your ADTV webcast for Friday, September 21st, 2012. For updates on these stories and more, go to AppealDemocrat.com or pick up a copy of the AD, your Yuba Sutter news leader, at your favorite newsstand.